Looks like we got a green day after the big wipeout of leverage yesterday. It was 1.7 billion, the biggest leverage wipeout we've had since 2021. I believe it was September of 2021. So really substantial wipeout. But the market has recovered really, really nicely here. As you can see, everything it's a sea of green. Some things are up pretty solidly, and most things are up, 5, 10 to 20%, some a little bit more net here and there on the daily. And let's Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin is doing. It's moving along pretty well here, and it's at 101.5. It was just almost at 102,000 momentarily here. You can see it's taking a slight dip down, but it's looking good, looking solid. Looking at next target is 106 to 108 range. And if it goes through and stays there, we're going to be in good shape. And we're going to have a nice push up. The next target would be 120 to 130, which could happen by January, early January, late or by Christmas time or early January, one of the two. And with the altcoins, a lot of them got bumped quite a bit. So some of the numbers I'm going to throw out here their time frame may change slightly, but some of them that we're following, and let's go to the bubbles here. Let's start with XRP, which had a nice correction down to 190 and then shot back up, and now it's around 240 or so. It's bounced back, had a nice correction. And we have a good chance to get to the next box here by the end of the year, if not early January, of $3.80 to $4.40. So good solid one there. The long term on this chart, the long term on XRP is $6.50 to $7, and that's out the late March, early April timeframe. Most of the long term stuff is going to run into early April, but it could be the end of March as well, somewhere in that time frame, basically the beginning of spring. SUI is another nice one that's recovered and gotten to believe it's around 430 or so right now, where that's bouncing around. Let's look and see if we can find numbers on these. All right, find SUI. All right, SUI is at 430, as you can see. And the next target is between $5 and $5.50, $5.80, somewhere in that range, potentially by the end of the year into early January again. These numbers on these, like I said, could be pushed out a little bit because of that flush that we had, but should stay relatively close time frame wise to where we are. So Cardano, next one, which is the next target is 150 to 160 on ADA Cardano. It's currently 108. So you see, it took a little dip here, nothing crazy. Went down under $1 to around 91 cents or so yesterday, and it's recovered nicely. So again, didn't have a big flush out, neither did SUI. XRP hit a nice little hit. Another one that didn't have a big hit was HBAR, which is also rebounded pretty darn well. HBAR is sitting at 29, just under 30 cents right now. Support is at 25 cents. And the next target is 55 to 65. Again, potentially by the end of the year in early January timeframe. Long term on HBAR is between $1 and $1.40. That's going out to likely into the spring. We're looking at the March, April timeframe on that one. These are some really good projects. Another one that the chart looks great on is Render. Render is looking phenomenal and has done extraordinarily well. It hit up to $11 recently here in the short term, not too long ago. Let's see if we can find that number here in a week. Yeah, there was. We hit just under $11 here on that. And its next target is around 22, could be as much as 28. And that's going to be sometime in January. Looking like January in that one, which basically 2xing plus 2 to 2.8x in a pretty short period of time. Render's a really good project. Somebody told me buying Render right now at this price is like getting NVIDIA at $20. And I can't disagree with that. I'm really, really bullish on Render long-term. It's a project I really, really like a lot. Another good one is Ondo Finance. And that one, the next target is $2.20 to $2.50 on Ondo. And that's currently like around $1.72. So it's not too far off from where it was. So that's definitely a good one. Let's see if we can find it here. And let's look at it to the dollar. I actually have it here. There it is, 179. Okay, so it's looking solid. Ondo is looking very solid, 179 on its way to 220 to 250, likely by the end of the year. So another solid project. Litecoin, we only have long-term numbers on Litecoin. So Litecoin is currently at 117, just about 118. So 440 to 480 is likely the cycle high for Litecoin. And I hold a little bag of Litecoin. I've had it since 2017. And I sold some of it in 2021, I believe, 2022. But most of it I have kept. And I'm going to sell because it looks like by June is when it should hit its target. That's a long range number. There is no short-term number on this one right now. ETH looks like 5,000 by that March, April timeframe. It's 38 and change right now. So it's doing okay. It's not going to be any meteoric riser, but it will break its all-time high when it gets there, because I believe the all-time high was around 48.66, almost 48.67, we'll call it. And it's looking good. Chart's looking good on it here. It's solid. It should get to 12 to 15 for this cycle on the high. Theta is another one that I hold that I like, and actually it's a good buy right now. 258, still a good buy. Just was over 3 recently, and it's on its way to 4 to 450. And that's in not too distant future here. I think we're 450 to 5, and that's by February, sometime likely in January to as late as February. So nice little bump up on Theta. Sometimes Theta, when it moves, kind of like XRP, it skyrockets. Theta moves pretty quickly as well. Bitcoin Cash, 550 right now, looking at 1,000 by the spring, so not quite doubling there. It's nothing special on Bitcoin Cash. Solid, but nothing great. Solana could have some more downside. It could be could hit as low as 180, 190. I'm super bullish on it. It's been one of the darlings of this cycle here. It's 228 now. So there's a chance it could drop back. If so, it's a great buying opportunity. But otherwise, it's going to get to the 3 to 320 sometime in the winter here, probably January timeframe. Great project. Will continue to go. Sui is another great project that I told you about there. And those are the big ones. So the ones I wanted to hit on right now. XLM is looking pretty good, 80 cents in the near term, and it's 44 right now. It's not quite a doubling. I'd rather stick with XRP. To me, that's a stronger one. That's the token you much rather be with. So bullish, very bullish on it overall. Things are looking strong and good. These are my tokens. I'm going to be, for those that are in my Patreon group, I'm going to be uploading my top 20 cryptos. And then I'm going to have ones that are potential wildcard plays that, they're a little more of a gamble. Higher risk, but much higher potential rewards to put Vegas type money in there. And you put some money that you want to gamble and hope you create a nice portfolio and you hit on a couple of those. Some of them don't go anywhere. Some of them skyrocket. So that's where you can be helped. All right. So if you're in my Patreon group, look for that. That will be uploaded this week or by the weekend. And as well as my updated portfolio of what I am currently holding, which is too many tokens. I might want to consolidate some of those tokens here going into the winter as things progress and pick up. All righty. All right. We'll catch you in the next video.